Hello, Cordian.
Every song is a story. Some we remember, some we've tried to forget, and some live on repeat in our hearts. Kurdians, welcome back to Reminiscence in Kurds, where music and memory meet. I'm your host with the most, Dainty. There are songs that lift you out of wherever you are and drop you right back into a probably forgotten moment. For Biola, aka DJ Don't Loud It, the song is 10 over 10 by NATO C. Yes, we've got our first, I'll say, Afrobeat. For that song, the moment the beat kicks in, Biola is no longer in the present. She's back in Winnipeg in Manitoba, a place that, depending on who you ask, is either too cold, too quiet, or too far from everything. But for her, it was a world of discovery and freedom. She remembers being in university when the song dropped. It's a track that could probably turn even the shyest person into the life of the party. I can attest to this. She can still see it. Let's paint it this way. A cramped house party in a student apartment, warm air fogging up the windows while outside. The temperature is doing something disrespectful like minus 25 degrees. Someone cooking jollof in the kitchen. Now I want jollof rice. And then the DJ slides in that intro. Someone yells, "Run it back," even though the song hasn't finished starting. And Biola is right in the middle of it, laughing, dancing, forgetting whatever assignment was due the next morning. But the memory that stands out the most isn't from a house party, it's from a night out in a Winnipeg club. Biola remembers climbing onto a table with two of her closest friends, the three of them dancing like the world wasn't watching. No phones out, no second guessing, no wondering how this will look later. You know what I'm talking about. Well, just dancing fully, openly, without trying to be impressive. I know that feeling, no self-consciousness, no hesitation, just joy, pure unfiltered joy. And then there were the drives to work. Early mornings should blast 10 over 10 through the speakers, letting the energy of the song wake her up better than any cup of coffee could. It was a reminder that even on the most ordinary days, she was still one of a kind. She is, actually. Yay! Because that's what the song did. It made her feel special, like she was allowed to take up space, like she was allowed to shine, like she was allowed to be loud, bold, and fully herself. And here's the relatable part, because most of us have that kind of night. The night you did not overthink, the night you laughed until your face hurts, the night you didn't check the time or your bank account or your responsibilities. I remember some moments like that too, but different cities, same song, same energy. Standing somewhere I probably shouldn't be standing, laughing with friends I don't see nearly as often now. Feeling completely present without knowing it. Back then, it just felt good. Years later, it feels like a gift. Yeah. I went back to listen to the song like I'd always do when you send me these songs and your stories. Of course, I was dancing, but on my second listen, I stopped and smiled when I heard the part that said, "Things are not the same as before. Levels don't change," which means things have changed. And it occurred to me that at that moment that things have really changed for me. Sure, on the surface, it could mean success, recognition, money, visibility, all of that. But at its core, when I dug deep to find my own meaning for the song, as I always do sometimes, or it just comes to me like this one came to me, it's about growth for me. It's that moment when you look at your life and realize you're not where you used to be, mentally, emotionally. You've leveled up in ways that don't always show on paper, but you feel it in how you move, how you choose, and how you carry yourself. And here's the part I want us to sit with for a second. Being 10 over 10 is about being aligned. It's knowing your worth without having to announce it. It's outgrowing rooms without making noise. And I think it's also realizing you don't need to prove anything anymore because you already did the work. So this is your gentle but necessary jolt. Where in your life have you leveled up but you're still playing small? Where are you still introducing yourself as an old version of you? Because being 10 over 10 requires honesty with yourself and about how far you've come. Yeah, see, I didn't even plan for this story to land here. Honestly, it surprised me too. But that's the power of music, isn't it? That's what makes music powerful. It doesn't stay fixed in time. It meets you where you are. And sometimes it tells you something you weren't planning to hear. And when you let it, it shows you how far you've come. So maybe today, the invitation isn't to go back to who you were dancing on tables, but standing fully in who you have become. When you get a chance, go listen to 10 over 10 by Nato C. You might hear something about your own life in it too. Until next time, walk confidently in your next level.
Thanks for rewinding with us. If a song unlocked something in you, follow the show, pass it along. And if you've got a moment worth remembering, share it at remingchords@gmail.com. The next memory we play just might be yours.